Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Devin Skillian in for Karen Drew. That breaking news comes from Detroit's east side where there was a double shooting just a short time ago, and now we are told one person has died. Tim Pamplin is there right now. Tell us what we've learned so far, Tim.
Yeah, Devin, an awful scene here. Mount Elliott and Mac, Detroit's east side. This is the Team Wellness Center, a place for the less privileged out there, the homeless, the indigent, come here to get help, medical help and psychiatric help. And this afternoon, about an hour or two ago, a man walks up to that door there and opens fire, shooting 2 security guards. I'm being told one has been shot dead, the other one transported to the hospital. Now, the man is known to the people here at this facility. He was not a resident, was not getting services here, but came up here. They put him through a protocol to screen him to get him in. That's when he pulled out a weapon, opened fire, again striking 2 security guards, killing one instantly. He then walked northbound here along Mount Elliott. There was belief that he was seen up near Gratiot Avenue. Police wasn't him. The investigation just getting underway. As for now, a lot of these clients are being told to wait outside. The place has been evacuated. We'll have much more coming up at 5 o'clock. Back to you, Devin.
All right, Tim. More just as soon as we learn it. If your afternoon plans, we're going to take you past Mac and Mount Elliott. You might want to avoid that area for the time being. Well, Zion Foster vanished in early January, leaving her family heartbroken and confused. Her cousin was convicted for lying to police about her disappearance and was sentenced today. He told a devastating story in court moments before Zion's mother spoke. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with more on something that was really tough to watch, KG.
It really was, Devin. Good afternoon to you. 23-year-old Jalen Brazier was in tears as he described Zion Foster's final moments. Brazier told the judge he and his 17-year-old cousin were using marijuana when he believes she suddenly died. Brazier says he doesn't know what happened. He panicked, put her body in a dumpster, and didn't tell her family what really happened.
So I had to just take time and try to get my thoughts together because I was on panic mode ever since that happened. Her mom at one point talked to me and I couldn't bring myself, God, your daughter just died. What do I do?
Sierra Milton is Zion's mother. She says she's suspicious of Brazier's story and cannot believe he didn't call 911 or call somebody to help. She worries he may have been too high to know whether her daughter might have still been alive. Later, she says Brazier pretended to help her look for her daughter when he knew she was dead. She described the anguish that she felt.
I stayed up for nights, for days, panicking and being so fearful. God, please don't let my baby be dead. Please, God, don't let my baby be just thrown away like she's nothing.
Just heartbreaking. In the end, the judge was required to sentence Brazier for the only charge against him, which was lying to police. He was given 23 months to 4 years in prison. Zion Foster's body has never been found. New at 5, we're checking with Wayne County prosecutors to see if any other charges could be filed against him. Plus, you'll hear the emotional last words Zion Foster's mother had at the end of her statement. For now, Devin, we'll send it back to you.
As I said, really tough to watch.
Yeah,
All right,
it
Kim.
is.
Yeah, we'll see you at 5.
Yeah.
Prosecution has rested and the defense portion of the trial now underway in the trial of 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Whitmer. The attorney for Daniel Harris was up first, calling witnesses from Waterford and Shelby Township who spent time with Harris and the other defendants back in the summer of 2020. Both witnesses testified they never heard any talk of kidnapping the governor. We're told Harris may testify himself. That depends on the testimony of other witnesses, so we will, of course, keep an eye as it proceeds. Trial continues as the FBI investigates threats connected to this well-publicized case. We were on the scene of this search at a Hazel Park home. The Local 4 defenders following that investigation. A live report on where things stand there coming up on Local 4 News at 5. Several Macomb County communities are set to withhold their portion of their water bills to the Great Lakes Water Authority. Last month, the GLWA, the GLWA, approved an increase of 3.7% starting July 1st. Sewer charges are also going up 2.4%. The agency says almost half of the sewer increase, though, is tied to Highland Park's unpaid bills that run the stretch from 2012 through 2021. So far, Macomb County communities have paid $13.5 million connected to Highland Park's debt. And officials say they are fed up and something needs to change.
I'm a simple guy. I think my residents are simple and they're not complicated. They don't want to pay for a service they didn't receive. And that's what's being asked of them now. Pay for a service they didn't receive. And to them, that's ridiculous. We need someone in this fight who cares, because right now the only people that care are the people that have to pay this bill.
Earlier this month, 18 communities in western Wayne County voted to place the disputed money into escrow instead of continuing to pay. Stick around, more to come, no doubt, on what has become a very hot controversy. In the first forecast now, what a turnaround. As promised, we've been warming up all day. We made it to 60 yet, but there's another change coming too. All that after this morning's icy start, Paul.
Yeah, and the big concern right now is the wind. And we told you about that yesterday, that we had a potential, and that potential looks like it's going to be materialized. We have a wind advisory in effect, goes into effect at midnight, and that extends until 4 p.m. tomorrow. So the wind hasn't been bad today, and it's not bad right now. A little breezy in a few spots, but nothing noteworthy. Notice Adrian has now made it to near 60. You can see Metro is up to 53, but to the north, we're still in the 40s right now. So the warm air is coming in. It's going to be racing in during the evening hours. Here's Storm Tracker 4, and we've had a few showers around. Most of the area is dry right now. This area right here is the area that we had the most notable shower come through over the last couple of hours. It came through the downriver communities. It's not real terrible right now. We have a little heavier cell right over the mouth of the Detroit River there, also into Ontario. Not even seeing any lightning there with it. So basically, if you're heading to the Wings game coming on downtown tonight, you can't rule out a shower or a sprinkle, but it's more dry than wet. Temps quickly rising to near that 60-degree mark, and we have big temp changes in store for tomorrow as well. We'll break it all down for you in just a few, Devin.
All right, Paul. The United States is giving Ukraine another boost to help fight off the Russian invasion. The White House released this photo of President Biden on the phone with the Ukrainian president. He told Volodymyr Zelensky the U.S. is sending another $500 million in military aid. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, Russia has been pounding areas around the capital of Kyiv and other cities. The attacks come after Russia said it would be scaling back its offensive around Kyiv. At this point, one local city council member in Ukraine is calling the Russian announcement, quote, a complete lie. Not the first time. Meantime, U.S. intelligence officials believe Vladimir Putin is being misinformed about the war because Russian officials are afraid to tell him the truth. Administration hopes releasing that information might prod Putin to rethink his options in Ukraine. Also today, the United Nations says the number of Ukrainians who have left their country has now reached a staggering 4 million people. State of Michigan just released its new COVID numbers. They're holding steady from a week ago. 7-day positivity rate still 3.5%. This afternoon, President Biden received his second COVID booster shot. That came after he delivered a speech urging lawmakers to secure more funding for his administration's COVID-19 response. The president also announced the launch of a government-run website where people can access information about tests and vaccines. Breaking news from Hollywood today. Action movie star Bruce Willis is stepping away from acting because of a medical condition. His oldest daughter, Rumor, posted the news on her Instagram saying her dad is suffering from aphasia. That is a condition that impacts cognitive abilities. It can be caused by a stroke, a head injury, even a brain tumor. Rumor Willis did not elaborate, though, beyond that on her dad's condition, but thanked people for their love and support. Bruce Willis, 67 years old. Of course, so well known for the Die Hard movies, but a million other high-profile projects in Hollywood as well, going all the way back to Moonlighting, the TV series.